Title's incorrect. Okay, this is correct. So we're going to be authenticating our app with GitHub OAuth today. Okay. Let's hide this a little bit. These are my notes. So today we're going to connect with OAuth on GitHub. We're going to allow the user to connect our app, let our app connect with their repository, and therefore we should be able to get permissions to read the repository and its issues. Later on, we're going to have to, down the line, we're going to want to be able to also have write access to their issues, but we're not going to implement that today. But we will maybe allow for that in our scopes. So we're going to have to create an application on GitHub. Sorry, my cat's just going to come make an entrance. We're going to choose the right scopes. We're going to and then we're going to follow through the OAuth user flow. There's kind of back and forth between getting the user token and getting some access tokens and so forth. I've done this once or twice before with other applications, not with GitHub. I think it's with OAuth. It's still not 100% clear to me, so we'll be learning as we go along, but hopefully this will be a bit smoother than last time when I tried doing this. Okay, so a sign of success for today, if what we can mark as mission accomplished, is if we can create a button that says sign in with GitHub. We won't decorate the button yet. We'll just create the button, allow the user to click on it, and then it will send them through the OAuth authentication flow. And then if they're successful, then they will be redirected to our dashboard page, which is listed at dashboard.git, or it's get me, not get me. I don't even know my own website's name. Get me. I think it's a terrible name, actually. I kind of regret choosing this. Maybe we'll get a different name later. .com, and with a message that says, "Congratulations, you signed it." If the authentication fails for some reason, then we'll just take them back to the login page with a message that says something went wrong, and that's what we need to accomplish today. Yeah. So things to accomplish today. So let me just break down what I just said. Create button to let user start authentication process. Let user go through authentication process. In this process, they're going to have to choose which repository to connect, and we're going to have to wait for a success. Basically, we need to wait for a promise to resolve if the authentication is successful. If success, go to dashboard page with message, congratulations, you're signed in. Okay. Later on, we're going to have like little notifications that can maybe pop up, or some sort of notification system. We're not going to implement that today, so we're just going to have a very simple, maybe just H1 text. If failure, go back to auth.getme.com with failure message. And this one will also just be some sort of red message that's somewhere on the page. Okay, cool. Let's get started. So I'm just going to type in GitHub OAuth into my search bar, and let's see how we get started here. I think I might have to create an app. Okay, and it might have to be approved, so we'll see how long this will take. Oh, there's to authorize your OAuth app. Okay, yes. Let's go to the up-to-date page here. Supports standard authorization code grant type. Yes, okay. And the OAuth 2.0 device authorization grant for apps that don't have access to a web browser. Okay. Just keep authorizing the app in scenarios such as when testing your app, you can use non-web application flow. To authorize the OAuth app, consider the authorization flow best fits your app. Use the authorized users standard OAuth apps that run in the browser and inputs the grant type is not supported. Device flow used for headless apps such as CLI tools. No, so we're going to use the web application flow. Okay. If you are building a GitHub app, I am, you can still use the OAuth web application, but the setup has some different. I might sometimes get confused with all this terminology. Creating an issue, yes. Creating a deployment and other supported endpoints. Part of the user to serve token expiration beta, so change the opt-in to the user to serve. GitHub app acts on the behalf of user to server requests. These requests must be authorized by the user's access token. Users to server requests include requesting data for its user, which repository display to yes. These could also include actions triggered by a user, or like running a build. Okay. To keep user to server access tokens more secure, you can use access tokens that will expire after 8 hours, and a refresh token that can exchange for a new access token. Okay. Okay, so we're not going to follow device flow, so we use web application flow. You request a GitHub identity. Users are redirected back to your site by GitHub. You get app access the API with user's access token. Okay. Request user authorization during installation when creating or modifying your app. Okay, so I think we might have to just go to this page here. So what happens when we do this? No, nothing happens. Let's see. Okay, so we need to add these parameters. Okay, so maybe let's go back to this page here. Building GitHub apps. Building OAuth. What? Uh-oh. What's the difference between GitHub apps and OAuth apps? Okay. You can build integrations with GitHub APIs, add flexibility, reduce friction in your own workflow. You can also share integration with others in GitHub Marketplace. Okay. Yes, maybe I need to figure this out. An OAuth app acts as a GitHub user, where the GitHub app uses its own identity when installed on an organization. I don't understand this. I have admin permissions in a repository to install GitHub app. Oh, okay. I think I want an OAuth app. Okay. Because it's not a GitHub app that acts within GitHub. Wait, it must be an organization owner to uninstall GitHub app. It must be an organization. Okay. To have access. Deleting an OAuth access token to remove access if an organization. I think it's the OAuth app. Token-based authentication. Yeah, can request an insertion. Can I exchange request versus OAuth app? I think I need someone else to explain this to me. The docs is a little too deep. Where's the old one? What's the difference? I just want some sort of, I want a person to explain this to me. These are all going to the GitHub developer. I think I want an OAuth app. A topic and a label. Encourage public repos agreement for issues. Whatever level one is link. I'll get a list of issues labeled. Good first issue. Good first issue. Using either, okay. Interacting with GitHub API. Switch API exposed to development. Okay, switch repository. Giving the context one approach. Okay, giving the switch. Once a user has authorized access to your OAuth, the application can use the access token to make requests on the scope granted since the endpoints are applied. I don't know. Okay. We need to generate one more perfect key. Create. I don't understand. Ask for repository contents permission. A user is told to authenticate via HTTP. Ask for the right to public key scope. Webhooks repository discovery. Okay. Like have targeted permissions that allow them to request access only to what they need. For example, continuous integration, GitHub app, read access to what content, write access to the status of the other. GitHub app can have no read or write access to code still with permission. You can't use granular permissions. Okay. I think it kind of sounds like I want an OAuth app. You can build it for personal public use. Learn how to register and set up permission and authorization options for OAuth apps. Creating an OAuth app, okay? Personal account or any, okay? Well, creating your OAuth app will protect your privacy, okay? Okay, I wonder if I need to create an organization. Okay, so, maybe I'll create an organization for this and maybe it will be more legit. Your organizations, maybe let's create one. Your organization, okay? Public, private, unlimited collaborators, 2,000 actions per minute, okay. Everything in free, required reviewers, 3,000 actions per minute, minutes per month, 2 gigabytes of GitHub packages, code owners, SAML single sign-on, 50,000, 550 gigabytes. Okay. Okay, this one is called Get Me. And it's going to be my contact email for now. Change it later. It belongs to me. Okay. Do I have to add me? Change your. Yeah, okay, I'm already in there. Okay. I think I have to enter my own password. Okay. Okay, cool. This planning projects. Okay. Just 1 to 5 for type of work. Personal projects. Manage code, plan and track work. Yes. So GitHub. Okay. I wonder if I have to move. I wonder if I can move. Okay, anyways. I have this organization. It's called Get Me. And so I think maybe what settings, I wonder if I can create an app here. What was it called? Settings, developer settings. Here we go, OAuth apps. Use GitHub, okay, registering application, yes. Application, it's called Get Me. Homepage URL, HTTPS, it's getme.com. we present GitHub issues in a better way for management. Okay, and the authorization callback URL. Let's see. Do they have a callback? Maybe let's call it auth dot, let's say https auth dot getme.com / callback. And let's call it auth callback. Okay. Sometimes you might have other callbacks for other services. Okay, great. Okay, I have all that stuff, so that's pretty easy. Okay. Application name, homepage URL, type the URL of your app, callback URL. Okay, done. Authorizing OAuth apps. You can enable other users to authorize your OAuth app. Yes, supports the standard OAuth authorization. Okay, if you want to skip admin standard review, such use not consider whether the authorization for web application, yes, are redirected. Okay. This login parameter. Okay. So I think we use this, and we can type in our client ID. So let's just try it out. So we have this client ID equals what? What's our client ID? This one. Equals this. Okay. Redirect URLs. If I thought we redirect callback URL configured in the OAuth app, yes, port must exactly. If provide the redirect URL's host and port must exactly match the callback URL. I see. Okay. So a callback right now is someone path, so it needs to have path in there. Localhost redirect. The optional redirect URL can also be used for locals if the application specifies localhost URI and a port, and then after authorizing the location redirected, so you can match port system. Okay. Okay. Cool. So what happens if I do this? Great. So what does this entail? Read public information. Okay. Yes, this is the page I want. Okay. So just specific. So we don't need this. Okay. Authorized scopes. The application users won't be shown the OAuth authorized. Users who have authorized scopes for the application users will be shown the OAuth. Workflow will automatically include the set of scripts the users have authorized. Users already performed the workflow twice and is authorized when talking with user scope. Okay. Whether or not unauthenticated will be offered an option to sign up for GitHub. Site. If the user accepts your request, redirect expected with a temporary code and a code parameter, as well as a state provided in a state parameter. This code will expire after 10 minutes. If states don't match, then a third party created. Okay, so we need to make sure we match the states. Exchange this code for an access token. Okay. Cool. So let's say, well, how do I add scopes? Access. They do not grant any additional permission beyond what. And say, okay, request scopes are displayed to the user on the authorization form. This is scopes your token has authorized. This is scopes the action checks for. Okay. Grants full access to private and public repositories. The read-write access code, commit statuses, repository invitations. Ability to manage user projects. Grants to public and private commit statuses. Public repo. Great flight. Security events. No. Admin. No, we don't need this admin stuff. Notifications, read access. No, we don't need that. Yeah, maybe we want a user. Includes user email and user follow. I think we should want the read user. Okay. So actually, we put this in scope, and scope equals %20 is maybe a space. So we want repo. No, we don't want public repo. We want full repo. Okay. We don't want admin notifications. We want read user. %20. %20. What is the colon in URL safe? What is this? %3a. Okay. %3a. See if this works. Interesting. Great. What if I want to just only access one specific repository? OAuth scope choose repository. Specific. Yes, this one. Well, get over this view. Okay, deploy keys. So I'm going to take a break. I just need to order some food. It's dinner time. Here they have durian pizza. It's apparently very popular. And seafood pizza. I don't think it's gonna be that great though. I'm trying to find pizzas without meat. Doesn't exist. Okay, maybe we try another store. They have a bunch of Korean pizzas, Korean barbecue pizzas. Let's try this sausage pizza. Oh god. Let's try this one. Okay. I think that's it. It's just two pizzas. Okay, great. Okay, sorry. Users when you do. I don't know about this. Okay, I think we're going to get all the repos. Are we back here? Okay. So we're getting read user. Sorry. Let's see. Delete repo. No, we don't need that. Write packages. And I guess later we can add more scopes as we need them. So yes, okay, cool. So I think this is my code here. I'm just going to save this in my code. Let's load that up. I'm just going to create a new page here, and we'll play with that later. That's great. Okay. Otherwise, git. And so once I grant access, then it's going to take me back to my own page, and then I should be able to read this parameter that has this this access token here, this response. Okay, here back to your site, GitHub. Temporary code and code parameter, as well as a state provided you in the state. Okay, and then so we have to take the code and get an access token from them here. Okay, so then we return the client ID and then also a client secret and a code. So this client secret we're going to have to save in our end variables, and we'll do that same thing with client ID. And so that means we have to do that on AWS Amplify as well as locally. The code, okay. Okay. Use the access token to access the API. The access token allows you to make a request to the API on behalf of the user. Great. So we get this back. Okay, cool. So I think let me go ahead and authorize this for now, and I should be able to call back and get this code. Great. Okay. And they said with this code, then I should be able to create another request. So let's actually just make another request here. Curl x post and github.com login OAuth access token, where the let's do code first equals this, and client ID equals, where is my thing? Your client ID equals this, and client secret equals this. Okay, is that all I need? Client ID, client secret, code, yes, okay. And let's see if, oh, I forgot to end this. Okay, good. So we've got the access token, repo, what is this? Percent user, scope equals repo, what is %2c? How do I reverse this? %2c, URL and code. There we go, this one. %2c is comma, okay. So they give like a comma. So it's user, repos, comma, user, and token type bearer, okay. So then we can use this access token to make requests. So, for example, curl, we have one header where authorization token, OAuth token, https api.github.com/user. Okay. Let's see if we get information back. Nice. So that's me. Okay. Excellent. Okay, we generally understand the flow, so let's code all of that in. Okay. So let's go to our auth page. Here, and then we're going to create a button. So let's create a form, and inside will be a button of type equals submit. Okay, and it's going to say login with GitHub. Okay, and let's just start this up so we can sort of see it. Oops. And previously in my other videos, I had created some Etsy hosts where I can type in this URL so I can start working with subdomains, and I can work with this locally. So now I have this login with GitHub, okay? And this action is going to send me to this URL here, okay? Now we're going to want to call out some of this stuff here. Let's see. If I click on this here, does it take me? Nope, it's not correct. Why not? It's because I have this and. So how do I create the form again? What's wrong with this? It's kind of correct. Authorize. How come this is not reading? Okay. I just need to look up how to send form. Create a form action react with parameters. Okay. That's right. We want to do handle submit, I think. It's a little different. Okay. No, we don't care about controlled components. I think we just want like an href basically. So actually, it's not even a form. We don't need a form. We just need a button link react. No. Button href. I mean, do we really need to use React Route Router for this? Missing HTML button in an HTML is not valid HTML. Keep your HTML semantics using another for do wrapping in reverse. Okay. So maybe I just have to wrap this button with a link. Maybe that's what I need. Where's my parameters? How come? How do I do this? I don't want React Router. Link to link. No, not React Router. Create link external. What? Well, I don't need a library for this. Why? What's going on? Not between pages, no. button, type submit, sign in. Yes, okay. What the? Why can't I? No, I don't need React Router, guys. How do I just create a simple link? Why is it exiting out? Why is nothing after the authorize showing up? Is it because of the and? Maybe we have to escape this and. No. Get up with my login or authorize. Client ID. There we go. What is this? Okay, let's bring this out. It's just making it a little bit too long. Constant OAuth link. href equals this. Okay. Huh. Maybe because it was in the tag. Nope. Why is this stuff not being registered? How do I do link with parameters? Oh, everyone points to React Router, so I guess fine. React href. There we go. Yes. Oh, it's because I have this submit. Is that like sort of just taking away all the parameters? Or an auth, right? Log in to GitHub. Actually, do I even need this? Let's take this out. Hey, it still looks like a button. Why? Oh, okay, here we go. Ah, okay, I wasn't refreshing. What's happening? going out. Authenticated. Network. Refresh. Okay. Huh. Why does it send me back here? If I just go to this, is it because I'm not coming from here? Okay, cool. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, hopefully you can hear me now. I just have to send my cat off to the hotel. So I'm going to put this on intermission, and I'll be back in maybe about 10 to 20 minutes. Okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Okay, I just realized that I'll have to update my client secrets, obviously. We don't need this, we don't need this. Let's see. Go to this encoder. We got this stuff done. OAuth application. You're talking reset client, so we'll always set this later. Okay. Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, good. The application specifies the localhost URL and port, then after authorizing it will be directed to the provided URL and port. Okay. So do I have to add this as a callback? Let's see. I'll say and this equals HTTP auth dot get me localhost.com / auth callback. Okay. So let's go back to it's not an HTTPS, it's just HTTP. This one. Okay. So if we go here, it's going to authenticate, and it has an error, redirect. So maybe I do need to have it set here. Okay. Do I separate this with commas? Not redirect URLs. Callback. Get me localhost.com auth callback. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, looks like I could do that. So let's go back and let's try this again. Authorized client. Okay. Nope. Something went wrong. Redirect URI must be a valid URL. Okay, callback. %20. Yes, let's see if this one doesn't work. How do I get multiple callbacks? GitHub OAuth. Okay, a bit of bad news, good news. Okay, use multiple callback sub URL under the our callback and you redirect proxy to callback URL. For example, if your callback URL is domain.com. Okay. OAuth application on GitHub for my local. So I have the following 2 OAuth applications. Okay, interesting. Okay, sure, why not? Let's do that. Because these OAuth apps are very easy to create. It's true. Okay. Localhost. So it should be HTTP auth.getmelocalhost.com. Okay. Localhost testing for get me. And the authorization callback is auth.getmelocalhost.com/auth.callback. Okay. Match the same pattern. Okay, good. So I think, let's see if this will work. So maybe let's pull this out a little bit. We do have to save these in files. We don't have an M file, so let's create one. So we're going to need client ID. So this is, we'll call it GitHub OAuth app client ID. Goes this, and scope and user, goes repo read, okay, user, then the redirect URI. So actually we don't need this. So and this is the we want this for production. It's a bit of a long name. Client secret production equals something. We want the same thing for development, dev, and this one for dev. Okay, and so let's save them here. So this is my dev one, and this is my dev secret. I wonder if I have to restart this thing. Restart task. Okay. No. Let's go back to HTTP. What's it called? Auth. Yes. There we go. So how do I access these M variables and create React app? As with the request local in your JS file, you have node env defined for okay with React app. Embedded during the build time. There's also a built-in environment variables called node-env. You can read it from files. Okay, when you run it, development, you run npm test, it's always test and build and make production. You cannot override node-env. Okay. These can be explained conditionally based on what projects deployed, which makes sense if environment you have to find. Interesting. So we have a client secret, and we don't want to be saving it on our React app. So I think we need to create like a Lambda for this, and that makes just a little more troublesome because we don't have a server. Okay, so we need to add React app in front. So let's do that. Okay, and let's restart our server here. Restart task. Let's add the secret key for my other app. Okay. Yes. Let's restart. So I just want to make sure that I have access to this. So if I console log process.env dot let's get one of these long names here, .dev. Will I see it in the console? ed872. Yes, that's it. Correct. Done. Okay. So let's pull these out. Okay. And let's make this a template like this, so we can just insert this in. Okay. Oh, this needs to be above it here. Okay. And actually, it depends on whether or not we're in dev or production. So it's if process.env.node.env equals oh hey, it shows it here, development. Then the client ID is going to be this. Else if this is in production, then this is going to be this, and this is going to be this production one. Okay, and maybe we should declare client ID up top. Okay. And client ID can be null, but let's see. If client ID, can I do this? No. Client ID, if client ID, then, okay. I don't think this is the best way to do this. It's very verbose, huh? And we have a bunch of optionals. So OAuth link could be null here. And what happens if it's null? I don't know. It's kind of a lot of code here. What is this swig line? Okay, so yeah, they expect it to be 3 equal signs. Okay, we're in development. And so this client ID should be this thing here, ed872. So if we click this, let's see where it takes us to. ed872, perfect, done. Otherwise, get me localhost. Public and private repositories, full access, read and write all user data. But I don't want to writes user data. I just want to read it. So where are my scopes? I'm going to up this answer. I like it. It's a good answer. Okay. The scope includes user email and user follow. So how do we do the read user? Sorry, there's a mosquito here. Smash it. Smashed. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Make sure my sound is okay. I thought I put in read user here. Yeah, see this, and read colon user. User repo %20 read user. What else do I get? Email address, private profile information, followers. I mean, yeah, I might need it later, but the space. Scope to limit access, leaving grant additional beyond what the user already has. Okay. This description token has authorized. This is script, okay. Yeah, how do I do this? GitHub OAuth scopes, like read user. Yes. This one. Where am I here? Okay, they're asking for a feature. I think I just don't know how to type this. Where is it? read user. What if I did this? Just a colon. This might take a while. I don't know if I want to do this. If I want to spend so much time on trying to figure this out. Oh, is it because I have this user in front here? Maybe that's why. Okay. Ah, yes, here we go. Perfect. Perfect. It works. Okay. I think that's all I need for now. I'm just going to break this apart. I'm going to have this sort of base authorize URL here. Okay. That way I can just replace this with this and have client ID and scopes. Maybe it's better to actually just make it a list repo and read user like this. And then that way we can just say this one is scopes.concat with how do I concat stuff with them? Scopes dot no entries. I want to combine with all the fill join. Something that I start by the okay. Here we go. Yes, join. Separator is a space actually. Okay. Let's see if this still works. Yes, good. And that way it's kind of just easier to read in. If I need to add more scripts, I can just quickly add this here. And I'm going to do this tertiary. So it's client ID, yes, is that, or it's going to be null. Okay. That way we don't have to have this if statement. So client ID exists. Okay, there. then maybe the code is a bit cleaner here. Okay, cool. So we log in with GitHub, and we would authorize get.me with this organization, actually in my personal stuff. Okay, and hopefully it's going to send me back to my callback. So this is localhost. So hopefully it'll send me back here auth and get.me localhost.com auth callback. Okay, let's try this. Where is it? Authorize me. Okay, good. Is it because I don't have a path for this? Okay, so let's create a path for that. So I think we have routing here, and we need an exact path. So let's add another route. And it's going to be auth callback. And let's go to, let's return a div that says this is the callback. What's wrong here? Oh, it's because I need a fragment. Okay. And just out of practice, this has more letters. We should put it above this one here. Okay, now why is this not working? Got auth is saved. Yes. Maybe it's because of this exact. We should be here. Because can't connect. It's just not finding it. Network. Why is it not finding it? Give me localhost. Okay. We have this, say ASDF. What happens? Nothing. Auth. Nothing. Callback. This is called correct. Oh, it's because there's no 3000. Oh, maybe I need to put 3000 in the thing here. Port 3000. Okay. Let's update this. Port 3000. Okay, cool. This is the callback. Good. So let's try that again. Let's go back here. We log in with GitHub. It logs in. This is the callback. Excellent. Okay. So actually, with this callback, we need to be redirected to the dashboard. No, sorry. Actually, we need to get this code. So how do I get the code? Let's get rid of this. We got our custom variables. How do we get parameters? React router. Okay. So group ID little group. So where is the code? How's this child? Switch root path ID child. Okay. To access the dynamic pieces of the URL. Use params. An object of key value of URL parameters used to access management of current root. Right. Okay. So let's try to use params. Right. And let's console log this. Let's see what this log says. Okay, let's go back. Okay, log in, and read a bunch of stuff. It's because there's no slug in here. So maybe it needs to be code. It's called params. I think it's probably an object. Nothing. I thought they're called parameters, right? The ones after the question mark? Yeah, they're called params. These params. An object of key value of URL parameters used to access match.params of current root. Why is it all empty? What is this? Here's a little cheat. You can just go to Cognito mode for Medium if you get a paywall. Okay. The queries. Use query. Use query parameters, exactly. Okay, use queries also. Where's this from? Where's this? URL serve params. Where's this from? Oh, it's kind of close. Oh yeah, they're called query strings. There you go. also stream types location. Okay. Okay, so if we have, can we find location here? It's undefined. Okay, I see. Oh, it's getting a bit long. Props, so we get location.search. Routing is another component. It should be app. So we should have location, and location equals location, right? So I think here we have location. How come this console log is not running? The app is definitely loading. It's loading the routing. Let's go back here. There we go. Okay. Let's go back to the React query basics. I think we should have talk about props. Props. Here we go. Match location history. Root user. No, not. We want the router. They said some props are being passed down. What are these props? Oh, query parameters. Yes. How do we get this? This is exactly what I want. Yes, here we go. Okay. Yes. Okay. to go answer the doorbell. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's go back to routing here. And let's just copy this. I wonder if I should just create another hook. I don't know why they didn't create their own hook for this one here. Yeah, let's bring it outside. So it's not always rendering. So const equals hold on, my wife is home. Okay, I'm back. We're going to wrap this up quickly because I want to go eat dinner. Okay, let's just get this query parameters out. So use query, use location, dot search. The custom hook that builds on use location to parse the query string for you. Yes, I think we can create another hook for this one. And let query equal use query. Okay. So it's not params. We don't need this. Okay, let's console log this. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Here are all search parameters. Ah, yes. Okay. Now let's log in. Now we should have some stuff. What? Nothing. Let's console log this. What is this? Use location. Right. Dot search. How come this URL search params is not working? I think everyone else is using that, right? URL search. URL which means you can, no. Okay. What is this? Okay. So it looks like it's included. Let's see how to use this in React. So this, and if we do search, and if we do this, and add this. Let's see what it says. Okay, yes, we're getting that. This is at 9 and 10. I'm copying this wrong somewhere. Number 10 is correct. But use query. This happens not working. Right, so 9, 10. I just get back a function. Do I have to call the function? Query. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, I see, I do. Don't get code. There it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's take this out. So we got the code. Okay, so we got the code, and so now next step is we need to authorizing OAuth apps. Now we need to make another call to this address, but we need to give it, no, not this one, so that's step 3. Is it? Oh, sorry, I mean device here. The device flow here. Yeah, and you can recall to this one here to get the access token. And we're going to have to give it a client secret, and this is going to have to go through the Lambda function because we don't want to expose this client secret to the client side. So we'll save that for the next session. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching.